Welcome to my second kinematics video. Today I will be covering displacement. So first of all, what is displacement? Well, to start off, displacement is a vector quantity, meaning vector quantity has magnitude and direction. That represents the straight line distance and direction from the initial position of an object to its final position. Unlike distance, which is a scalar quantity, meaning it only has direction, magnitude, sorry, and measures the total path length traveled. Displacement only considers the change in position. So what do I mean by this? So for example, if we were to take a scalar quantity, let's say you travel your bike from your house, so this is your initial position, all the way around your neighborhood, all the way back to your initial position from where you started. Scalar quantity only accounts for how the total distance you traveled, which is, let's say, 500 meters. But for the case of displacement, you would have traveled 0, because displacement is final position minus initial position, which means your final position, or sorry, your initial position, which is 0, and your final position, which is 0 again, just means you traveled nowhere. That's for displacement's case, if that makes sense. So we know that from what I said, the formula for displacement is equal to final position, final P being position, minus initial position. So if we were to take this into a actual problem, let's say a car. This is This is a car. Now, very bad, but this is a car, and it travels from point A. This is A being the initial position, all the way to position B, which is its final position. So this is point A to point B, 100 meters apart, in a straight line. So what is the displacement in this case? So if we take the initial position being 0 and B being 100, we just plug it back into the formula. We take our A, which is 0, and then we take our B, which is 100. 100 being our final position. Our displacement would be 100 meters. Now, displacement can be positive or negative depending on the direction of motion. If an object moves in the position of the positive direction, its displacement would be positive. Conversely, if it moves in the negative direction, its displacement is negative. So here's an example. Let's say a car initially located at position. Let me draw this out first. A car is located at position X, which is 10 meters along a straight road. So this is 10 meters along a straight road, and then the car moves backward in the opposite direction and ends up in this final position, which is 5 meters. Okay, that's a very bad car. But just imagine the cars here. what would be the displacement, first of all? So we know that our initial position was 10 meters, and our final position is 5 meters. So this would result in a negative displacement, meaning it just moved backwards. So yeah, that's pretty much displacement. And it's just your final position subtracted by your initial position. It's pretty straightforward, but it is pretty important to know of the difference between displacement and scalars. So yeah.